Welcome to Module 2. In this lesson, we're going to talk about the middle class and why it's not just an income bracket, it's the backbone of a republic. In history, the people who own a little land, run small businesses, or have steady trades, they're often the group that stops societies from collapsing into rule by a tiny elite on top and a desperate mob at the bottom. In Dismantling the Republic, I show how the middle class used to be a real force for stability. They paid attention. They had something to lose. They often served in the military. They had enough independence to tell the ruling class no. So, what happens if you're a would-be permanent elite and you don't want a confident, independent middle class telling you no all the time? You don't announce a war on a middle class. You make it look like you're helping them. You bury them in debt, regulations, inflation, taxes that are just low enough to keep hope alive, and just high enough to keep them on the treadmill. People end up owning less, owing more, afraid of losing what little they have. That's not an accident, that's a strategy. Because a confident, secure middle class acts like citizens. A squeezed, anxious middle class starts acting like clients and subjects. They stop asking, what does this do to the republic? And start asking, what do I have to do to hang on for one more year? In this module, I want you to notice a pattern. Every policy that makes it harder to start a small business, own a home, or build savings weakens not just families, but the political backbone of the country. In Chapter 2 of Dismantling the Republic, I walk through this middle-class meltdown in detail. If you want to dig in, read that chapter and ask, which of these changes are truly accidental and which are just a little too convenient for the people at the top? On the Shawn Thinking Out Loud podcast, I connect this to modern issues like housing, student loans, and wage versus price inflation. And I ask the question nobody in power wants you to ask. Who benefits from a middle class that's always one paycheck away from panic? In Module 3, we're going to talk about something that sounds separate but absolutely connected. Borders. Illegal immigration and sovereignty, and how chaos at the border is a weapon against both citizenship and the middle class. I'll see you there.